Hi friends, it's Friday, April 17th, 2015, in Planet Earth Dating. Lynn and Jamie here, continuing our assignments. We have once again watched the entire higher dimension team fall asleep. It's what happens in this incredibly toxic environment where lies are a moment by moment truth, reality, that we are swimming in a sea of lies, and souls run screaming from the room when lies are present.
That's true.
Now, very strong, big, higher dimension souls, if they choose to and have the courage and the willingness and the integrity and the humility and the selflessness and the trust in higher dimension beings, can hold out for a longer period of time, but even them can get worn down by the friction of living in a physical dimension, and then they all fall asleep. It is what happens, and this is the wave of contagion that we are trying to outpace so that we can warn higher dimension beings who are still awake enough to do something about it.
That's true.
Our intention is to do what is ours to do in all dimensions right now, to trigger the awakening right now. And with that, it begins. I have the sense of being in the presence of a higher dimension being, and that I have called here for counseling.
That's true.
And this person is very kind and kind of presents like a fatherly, priestly kind of person. You know, tell me, my child,
That's
what's
true.
troubling you?
Turning the dials.
We'll get yes,
Yeah.
good idea to turn the dials and get larger.
Ooh.
Whew.
Ooh.
Okay,
Okay.
so now we're the same size, and
Better.
I say, well, what's troubling me is that my purpose is to be a portal for higher dimension beings to work through,
That's true.
to reach down into the physical.
That's
and
true.
that I have been blessed with the opportunity of serving a team of very capable higher dimension beings.
That's true.
Who from time to time simply fall asleep because of the friction with the lies of the environment in which we find ourselves.
Right, that's true.
It happens. It's happened twice now. The first time it was very frightening for the body-mind.
true.
The second time not as frightening. I saw
No.
it. But what I do know is this. When they wake up on the other side of their transition, because they've all transitioned out of that experience,
Yes, that's true.
experienced a death in the non-physical, and they will experience a rebirth in the non-physical. That's how it works.
That's true.
And they'll have to go through the healing process and the debriefing process and the counseling process, but then they will probably come back here.
That's true.
I will certainly offer myself as a vessel to them specifically,
That's
individually. I
true.
guarantee you that. And if they take me up on it, they will be back here.
That's true.
They will. And the last time they came back in, I kind of had to explain why my energy body had gotten so trashed while they were gone.
Right, that's true.
And why it had gotten trashed is because I had let in other higher dimension beings, quote unquote, who weren't up to their standards, not at all. And just as body minds impact the souls impact the body minds.
That's true.
And so, you know, it's actually kind of ironic because we see a lot of higher dimension souls coming in and acting holier than thou and going, ooh, I don't want to stick my
Ooh,
toe
dirty.
in, dirty.
That's
and then they
true.
come in and their energy bodies are short and
That's true.
squatty, and their oneness chakras are
Full of
malformed,
ego.
and they're full of ego, they're arrogant, they're sometimes cowardly
Sometimes
and lazy, selfish. Sometimes they lack integrity. Almost always they lack trust in higher dimensions.
That's true.
And their energy bodies hurt mine.
Right, that's true.
And then it's all well and good for the moment. Actually, it isn't. It's
Right,
a
it's
big enough
not.
problem in the moment.
That's true.
But what am I supposed to say to Ra when he shows up again?
Yeah, that's
How am I
true.
going to explain this to Paul? And how am I going to explain it to Pam?
How am I going to explain this to Glenn?
And what about Luce?
And Luce.
You know, these people deserve, and Black Wolf,
And Black
you know,
Wolf.
and Black Wolf, and Garth.
And
Those
Garth.
people deserve, and Charles
Fernando,
and Fernando.
Herb.
Those
Right.
people deserve good working conditions, and I'm here. It is my purpose to provide good working conditions to higher dimension beings.
That's true.
How am I going to explain it to them that I let my energy body get trashed by housing this stream of what continues to be arrogant people who aren't taking the situation seriously.
That's true.
That's what's troubling me.
Someone is squirming. It's either this guy or someone else in the room. I feel uncomfortable. Someone feels uncomfortable.
I don't hear an answer.
It's probably this guy.
Live streaming this up, past you, much higher. Again, a very, what's troubling you kind of inquiry is coming my
turning
way.
the dial.
Turning the dials, getting larger, larger. So what do I know?
Yeah.
I notice that when I look small, they want to help me, and as soon as I turn the dials and I look their size, they don't want to help me at all. They look intimidated.
That's
they
true.
look intimidated.
That's true.
Oh, this is fascinating.
They want us to go
They want us to go away. Okay, live streaming this up. You have people who are intimidated by competence. Is that it? Really?
That's what
really?
it is.
Okay, wow, let's burn, because it sounds to me like these people are infected by the contagion that we are warning people about. It's gotten here too. So let's now have the intention. I don't want to catch that contagion.
No, I don't want to catch the contagion.
And so I'm going to burn myself and my surroundings, burning for the infection, the contagion of lies, burning for the contagion of insanity, for whatever it is that caused people to start wandering away, acting like demented, and eventually like dead, living dead, like zombies, acting like demented zombies.
That's true.
So burning for whatever causes that. Start to bifurcate now. Those who wish to awaken, shrink in and get long, shrink in and get long. Come to the center. Boom, boom, boom. It's like spinning a merry-go-round really, really fast. And the ones who wish to awaken, we're calling them to the very center of the merry-go-round. And the ones who don't wish to awaken are flying off. I don't feel anybody here at the center, but I could be missing them.
I see a lot of flying
off. I do too. And now let's start to ratchet. Ratchet, clamping this dimension shut like a clamshell. Boom, boom, or like bellows until it clamps shut. Boom, 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 boom. And I have the sense that this is like squirting air, like maybe through time. It's possible.
That could be. And I smell kind of a moldy smell.
It does smell moldy.
Yeah.
Well, my story is we're up and out another.
That's my story too.
Bellows case, whatever it represents. All right, early warning system, turning the dials, running like the tsunami alarm.
Big siren.
Heads up, heads up. Very extremely dangerous contagion headed your way, extremely fast moving. It has an incubation period that's tricky. Consider that everybody around you is probably infected, and that means you can no longer trust them because they cannot discern what's true and what's untrue. This happens so fast. It could happen to you within 2 minutes that you can no longer discern what's true and untrue.
That's true.
So if you can hear me now, attempt to discern if what I'm saying is true. And those who wish to awaken, come to the center, and everybody else, we're just spinning this merry-go-round really fast to bifurcate. And now start to burn for the contagion. Burn it, because I wish to stay sane. Anyone who wishes to stay sane, we strongly suggest you join us in the burning, but we are burning ourselves and our environment. We have the right to live our lives in sacred space. It is up to us to create it. So we're burning as a self-care technique. The intention is to burn that which makes it impossible for us to tell what's true and what's untrue.
It's true. Quiet.
Huge flame.
Boom. Yeah.
Okay, ratcheting like a bellows and burning. There's a lot. It's like clear in the middle and then a lot around the edges. Okay, well, let's burn for cowardice because they're hanging back, right? They're probably cowards. Or they could be lazy. Let's burn for laziness, right? Or they could be arrogant. Let's burn for arrogance, right? Or they could be selfish. Let's burn for selfishness. There's a lot less structure to it now.
That's true.
Let's burn for suspicion of higher dimension beings.
That's true.
And now let's start to offer ourselves as vessels. You can use us as vessels right now to trigger the awakening right now. Offering ourselves as vessels. How may we be of service right now to trigger the awakening right now? I feel like lightning is striking through us. Like
that's true. Boom.
My sense is in the middle it's all empty and burned, but there's something around the edges.
Something crunchy.
That's crunch it toward the middle.
It smells awful.
It smells terribly toxic. You know what we haven't burned for is we keep saying it's almost like evil intent. Let's actually burn for evil intent. Now, what if I have evil intent? I don't want that in me.
No.
Let's burn for evil intent. Wow. That's a good one. Let's burn for evil intent. That's good. Let's burn for evil intent. Woo-hoo. Let's burn for evil intent. And now I think we can ratchet it down. Let's try, right? Let's crunch it up. You know what? That's kind of, actually, it's crazy now that I look at it. Why wasn't I burning for evil intent all along? That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Wow.
You know what it might be?
What?
I hoped it wasn't evil intent. We kept saying, it's almost evil intent. It's almost evil intent. I really hoped it wasn't. It was crazy to not burn for it.
I just always had the theory that everybody has actually good intent.
Yeah, that's always been my theory.
Right.
My working theory.
My working theory. So maybe we should mix it up.
Right. We've tried that.
Okay, we've tried that. So now let's burn for evil intent. And we could have evil intent too. I don't want any evil intent. So I intend to burn every last vestige. Every microscopic subatomic compartment of evil intent. Or even selfish intent.
That's true.
Or even harmful intent. Like
Any
anything that is
harmful
anything
intent.
other than
The
absolute
best
all out,
intentions.
go for it,
Yeah.
do the right thing. Now it feels like this case latchet
Crunch
shut
in,
with
yeah.
no problem. Just boom. Okay, shoot out the top, get bigger, 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 bigger. Start live streaming up, like shoot up flares, SOS flares, heads up, extremely toxic contagion coming your way. Now you can think of this as like a fire break. When a forest fire is advancing, the only way to really stop it is to build a fire break, and what that means is we burn in a circle around the fire, or in a line toward which the fire is advancing, so that everything is already burned, and when the big fire hits there isn't anything to burn, and the fire goes out.
That's true.
And so that's what we're trying to do is alert you so that you can do a fire break, and we'll show up and we'll start burning ourselves, and we'll start burning first for evil intent or harmful intent. Let's start with evil intent for burning all evil intent in ourselves and in our environments. We have the right to live our lives in sacred space. It's up to us to create it. So first things first, stretching long, burning for evil intent, burning for harmful intent, burning for lack of integrity, burning for cowardice, burning for laziness, burning for arrogance or ego, burning for selfishness and suspicion of higher dimensions. I find it really interesting that there's so much suspicion in the higher dimensions of higher dimensions. Wow, don't you guys read your own press? That's crazy. True. That's crazy. So once more, burning for suspicion of higher dimension presences. Live streaming up as close to the center of the bullseye as we can get right now. You can use us as vessels to trigger the awakening right now. How may I be of service right now to trigger the awakening right now? And now a third way of asking the question is waiving the learner's permit and asking for beings of the light who know exactly what to do to come make this work right. Woo-hoo! Make it right. And now let's just start to shoot the message up as high as we can get. And the message is this: extremely toxic contagion coming to you from the subatomic levels. Shake the level. This is the level that's the problem. We know this level is a problem. We know there's another level even deeper in the subatomic that's equal or worse problem, but there's no vessel down there that anyone has been able to locate. We are willing vessels here, and we invite you in, and we invite you in to take out this level. Take it out. Take it out. Don't worry about us. Don't worry about us. Take us out or don't take us out. We don't care. What matters most is to get this fire break in place. Take this layer out. Save yourself.
That's true.
I see now that whoever sent us that message was talking to the beings who were already watching us, who were there saying basically, tell me, my child, what's wrong with you?
That's true.
And higher dimension beings were watching them and saying, I'll tell you what's wrong.
That's true. It's a lack of wondering, am I the problem? I might be the problem.
You know what it is?
problem.
It's a convenient lack of curiosity.
That's true.
Let's burn convenient lack of curiosity in ourselves and in our environment. Let's burn this convenient lack of curiosity. Ooh, asking why is this happening with a real question. Many people use that word why, but they don't have any hint of actually wishing to investigate. They're saying the word without any intention of actually discovering why that is.
It's true.
It's disgusting, actually.
That's true.
But when we say, now why is that happening?
What's really going on?
And trying to figure it out, what is going on? With curiosity, well then, the universe opens up.
That's true.
Got it.
Got it.
Can do.
Can do.
I see a hand getting it.
That's true.
And this hand doesn't look surprised. It's like, this is exactly what I expected.
Yeah,
and I can see somebody turning to other people and saying, I told you. I told you.
That's true.
Okay, now do it. You don't have as long as you think you have. Do it now.
Right now.
Is the time. Right now. Okay, they're here.
That's true.
We'll see how long they last.
That's true.
Okay. Onward ho.